Before we get into this wild breakdown, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss another deep dive like this. Trust me, this story is so layered that by the end, you'll never look at Leonardo DiCaprio's love life the same way again. Stick around until the end, because what I'm about to reveal will leave you questioning whether it's just coincidence, or something much more deliberate. Leonardo DiCaprio has been one of Hollywood's most recognizable faces for over 3 decades. From his breakout in Romeo plus Juliet, to Titanic, and eventually his Oscar-winning performance in The Revenant, Leo has lived in the public eye since he was barely out of his teens. But while his career tells one story, his love life tells another, one that is just as famous, maybe even more infamous, than his acting. Because if you look closely, there's a very specific pattern that defines DiCaprio's relationships. When Leo was in his mid to late 20s, he was already dating supermodels. Gisele Bündchen, then in her early 20s, was his first high-profile romance. After Gisele, came Bar Refaeli, again, a supermodel, again in her early 20s. By then, Leo had already established a type, young, beautiful, and always much younger than him. At the time, it didn't raise too many eyebrows. Hollywood was filled with age gap relationships, and Leo was the world's most eligible bachelor. But as the years went on, something strange started happening. The age of his girlfriends stayed the same, while Leo himself kept getting older. Fast forward through the 2010s. His dating roster continued to include women like Blake Lively, Erin Heatherton, Toni Guerin, Nina Agdal, and later, Camilla Morrone. All of them stunning, all of them famous in their own right. And all of them, without fail, much younger than Leonardo DiCaprio. Social media started catching on. People noticed that his relationships rarely involved women older than 25. In fact, entire charts and viral memes began circulating, pointing out that once Leo's girlfriends hit a certain age, the relationship seemed to fizzle. This wasn't just a trend. It was a pattern. One of the most infamous memes about Leo is the so-called 25-year-old rule. According to the internet, DiCaprio has never been publicly linked to a woman older than 25, no matter how old he gets. Think about that. As Leo entered his 40s and even his late 40s, the women he dated remained in their early 20s. It created a bizarre image: Leonardo, a man aging naturally like anyone else, but seemingly frozen in time when it comes to the ages of his girlfriends. Now, why does this happen? There are a few theories that keep surfacing in Hollywood gossip circles. Lifestyle image: Leo has always been seen as the eternal bachelor, surrounded by yachts, models, and the luxury life. Dating younger women helps keep that image alive. Avoiding commitment: some suggest that dating younger partners allows Leo to avoid long-term pressure. A younger girlfriend may be less likely to push for marriage or children right away, keeping things casual. Power dynamics: others argue it's about control and influence. Dating much younger women could give Leo more power in the relationship, consciously or not. Whether any of these are true, one thing is undeniable: the pattern has lasted for decades. Perhaps the most talked about relationship in recent years was with actress and model Camilla Morrone. She started dating Leo when she was just 20, while he was over 40. Their relationship lasted several years, and many thought this might finally be the one that broke the cycle. But once Camilla turned 25, headlines immediately began speculating. Within months, they split. Social media went wild, saying once again, Leo doesn't date past 25. This pattern has turned into a cultural talking point. Entire Reddit threads, Twitter storms, and even late-night talk show jokes are dedicated to Leo's dating history. It's become a running joke, almost part of his celebrity identity. But is it just a joke? Or does it point to something bigger about Hollywood, relationships, and image? That's the question that keeps people talking. Now, as Leonardo DiCaprio approaches 50, the question everyone is asking is, will he ever date someone closer to his age? Will he eventually settle down with a partner who isn't decades younger? Or will he continue the pattern that has defined his entire adult love life? At this point, no one knows. But one thing is certain: Leonardo DiCaprio's dating history is no longer just about romance. It's a cultural phenomenon. So now I want to hear from you. Do you think Leonardo's dating history is just his personal preference, or do you think it reveals something deeper about Hollywood and celebrity culture? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is one of those debates that never seems to end. And before you click away, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We have even more explosive celebrity deep dives coming your way, and you do not want to miss them. Stick with us, because if this story shocked you, what's coming next will leave you speechless.